What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on this video, guys, we're going to be talking about Binance agreeing with my thesis, guys. And I made this video right here. Let me just show you. I made this video over 2 weeks ago talking about the difference between community owned versus team owned token and how you're supposed to know what you own. And of course, not a lot of people saw it. You know, it's definitely better than my first Roaring Kitty video, which only 7 views I got. But this 356 views, guys. This is especially for the type of knowledge that I was dropping on this video. But it seems like Binance, they agree exactly what I was talking about, because they turned around, guys. They listed 2 CTO projects, guys. Nero, not to be confused with the Nero that you're seeing a lot of your, big influencers are talking about. This is Nero CTO, guys. CTO just stands for community takeover. So these are community owned token, similar to Roaring Kitty. This is what I've been telling you guys, why Roaring Kitty has the potential of being one of these top tokens. But at the end of the day, it is going to take the community doing their part, because without the community, then hey, this is just a random token that's going to be on the blockchain. But you have Nero, then you also have Turbo, which is another community owned token. So we do model our token similar to Turbo as well as Shiba Inu, because if you think about Shiba Inu, it's a CTO as well. It's community takeover. The community took it over from Ryoshi. So it's the same thing in the mix. And Binance, even change their listing requirements as far as what tokens that they're going to list based upon what I was talking about. One of the things that I said about a team token is that the team, in this sense, owns a big controlling interest of the token. So they own, 70, 80, 90% of the supply, leaving only 10% to the community. So that is not decentralized. Now, this is Binance, guidelines as far as to protecting end buyers from selling, guys. Look, it says Binance to protect end buyers from selling. One of the major guidelines for new Binance listing is that tokens must have a wide distribution and very few allocation outside the community. New projects are already applying under these rules, guys. So they put this in place, and they actually posted this maybe like 4 or 5 days ago. And keep in mind, I talked about this on my channel 2 weeks ago, because I started seeing like how all these tokens are happening. And then you started seeing like people within the team dumping on the holders. That's a real thing. So imagine if you are a project, and you're, an exchange, and you're listing these tokens, you're pretty much destroying your user base because of all these different listings. And it's even getting to the point now, CTOs, not CTOs, but these these team-owned projects, they're trying to get their token listed on all these different exchanges real fast, real quick, then just to be able to rug and just step away. This is how CTOs are formed, because the team in itself, they rug the project or leave the project, and boom, now it's up to the community to be able to do what it needs to do. So right now, this is definitely looking like the new meta, CTOs. And I'm not talking about any just CTOs. I'm talking about strong community owned tokens, such as your Roaring Kitty. We definitely have a lot of room to be able to improve, to be able to get to that next level. So again, at the end of the day, it's up to the community. So exciting stuff right here, guys. Nero, Turbo. Now, one other thing too that I just wanted to show you guys, because now the other Nero, because Nero on Ethereum is the one that a lot of, and this is what they're calling it, so don't get mad at me. They're calling it the this Nero, the Cabal Nero, because due to all these different influencers that is behind it, because you see this person right here. I don't follow him, so I don't know who he is, but this person right here, trying to, because after the listing, they're complaining like, oh my God, Binance didn't list it. Oh my God, they didn't list our specific Nero. Not only that, you're seeing other influencers, guys. So this thing right here, in my opinion, is It just showing you how the market could shift real fast, real quick, and a lot of people are not even seeing the shift. So this is the result of it, guys. This is the result of it. Now, keep in mind, prior to this, when this token was having its dump, is when this Nero, the one that they're calling the Cabal one, was having this big spike on the way up, getting listed on Binance futures. And this is why it's very unprecedented. Not to say that they cannot get listed on Binance. It would be kind of weird though, not gonna lie, to have two different heroes on Binance, because that's very confusing. But during this run up right here, I suspect, now I don't have any proof to be able to do it, because I seen like how other tokens did it, such as like SafeMoon. They're getting the fees that they got from the exchanges for their token. I'm talking about big time exchange. They be making deals and stuff like that. And what I suspect is that they just started going out on the open market and started doing market buys just to manipulate the price to get people to come in and FOMO. Because when people start seeing green candle, they tend to want to FOMO. So I think they artificially did this, or else with this news of the Binance listing, it should not cause this big downward pressure, guys. And I think this is what they're using as far as their exit. So again, all for me, just speculation, no concrete evidence of this has actually happened. So you could take that part with a grain of salt. But what you could take, for sure, is that the new meta that's currently being shifted right now is CTOs. Now, we all know that once Binance lists these tokens or these coins, the market tend to want to follow. So next thing you see, guys, HTX, they list Nero. BitGet, they list Nero. Yeah, so this is the way that the market is currently moving, guys. And again, you have Turbo. It's also a community owned token, super strong. This went from $1 million market cap, guys, all the way to over, at its height, it almost reached 800, guys. $800 million market cap, which is crazy just to be able to see a token do that. But again, it all started with the community. So without a community, without a strong community, without an active community, then none of this is going to be possible. Of course, Baby Doge, it is owned by a team. And I'm not saying that Binance is not going to list any teams, so please do not misunderstand that. But I'm telling you, like, all these different projects that owns 90% of the supply, 70%, 80%, they're not going to get listed based upon that guideline. And this is why we don't see Brett on Binance as well too. Because Brett, a big supply of Brett, is owned by the team as well too, because it is causing overhead. Because imagine this, guys, you're 10% of what is controlling it. So at any given time, if you're trying to, go up, if the price is trying to go up, the team has, you're going to pretty much provide exit liquidity for them, because running a project, it takes capital. If they do not have capital, then the only capital that they could use is their token. That's a very, very simple concept to understand, because with these projects, they have to, keep the lights on. And what I mean by the lights is they have to pay, moderators. Guess what they have to pay? If they don't have, capital, they're going to have to pay them in their own coin. And the way that these moderators are going to, be able to pay their buy groceries, is they're going to have to cash out, which is calling selling pressure on this token. Not only moderators, people who run their Twitter getting listed, because a lot of these listings, sometimes if you do not have the capital to get listed on this, you could use your token as the collateral, guys. You could pay with your token. And the way that these exchanges are going to get paid from the listing is by selling your token. So 30, 40, 50, $100,000 worth of your token getting out there, that's going to cause a lot, a lot of selling pressure at the end of the day. And this is the stuff that people do not see in the background. This is why I say you got to know what you are owning. Not to say that you can't trust any team that owns 90% or 80% and all this and that. But for me, this is crypto. If profits is there to be made, I'm gonna automatically assume that there are ethical people within the space. I'm not gonna say, but majority of the time, what do you hear? Unethical behavior, guys, and it's coming from majority of the time it's coming from a team, and this is why I really don't trust teams per se. There's few that I trust. Let me not say I don't trust teams. There's few teams that I trust, and I always have to see your action before I go into get into your token. And this is why I say for me, Roy and Kitty, this is why I'm putting my content on, due to the fact that I'm not talking about something that a team or anybody else that's going to be able to just start dumping with free token. If you're seeing a dump on Roy and Kitty, it's automatically coming from holders that purchase these tokens. They're either selling for a profit or they're selling for a loss. And currently right now, this whale that we see here been selling for the past couple of weeks. They've been respectful as far as selling, because they were used to be the top wallet holders, but they've been constantly selling. So far they sold about like 10 million Roy and Kitty, but they're selling it for a loss. I can respect that, because due to the fact that they put their money in. But one thing about these whales, what they don't understand, you're the one who's actually controlling this token. You're the control of this token. Whether this goes up or down, it's up to the community. So more community involvement, more people start to come into this, more opportunities we're going to be able to get to eventually get some of these free listings, such as a Binance listing, guys. I know some people might think that's far-fetched, but this token, again, was before the listing, was somewhere around like a $14 million market cap. And due to the fact that it has the right narrative, which is narrow, it's community owned, boom, they got a Binance listing out of nowhere, guys. So I suspect Bone is going to also get a listing pretty soon, due to the fact that Baby Doge got a listing. And Baby Doge is was right around the list with us when it comes to us trying to get voted for the future. So this is why I think Bone could possibly see a listing, because a lot of the projects that's been on the futures list, they end up getting a Binance listing. So Bone was on there, so we could only hope that this happened. Again, the market in itself is not too pretty, so us not getting listed right now is not the end of the world. I see people like, oh my god, like, I can't believe you did not list us. Look, Bitcoin's at 57. Like, I want us to be listed when Bitcoin is above 70. Get Bitcoin above 70. Let's talk about listing then. But really, guys, that is all that I have for you today. Again, if you have not watched this video, highly recommend you watch this video and really understand, what type of tokens that you're actually getting into. And this is going to be able to make this bull run be the easiest and probably the last bull run that you really would ever need. Not to say that you're not going to try to make money in the next bull runs to come, but this right here would be the bull run that sets you up for the rest of your life. So make smart decision. Listen to the people who's been, right, versus listening to marketers, because a lot of these people that's on Twitter, X, and all this and that, they're marketers, not investors. But yeah, that's all I have for you. Random Art signing off. Peace.